Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and we will be doing an activity today on driving idioms. So, if you drive cars, this might come in handy to know these idioms. If you, especially if you drive in other countries. So, hello, good morning, Salvatore. How are you this morning?
Hi, Holly. Good
How are you?
morning. I'm fine, thank you.
Good morning. That's good. I'm glad. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen you, but it just dawned on me that I haven't taught at this time for a couple days. Um, so
Yes, I I didn't have time in the last days morning to study English, teacher.
uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. It does take discipline for you guys for you all to wake up. So that's
Yes.
great. Um, Awesome. All right. So, a question for you, since the topic today is on driving idioms. Salvatore, do you have a car and do you drive very often?
Yes, I have a car and
Mm-hmm.
I drive car every day.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Especially I used to drive car to go to work.
Okay. Okay. All right. And what kind of car do you have?
I have a small car.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the car is uh,
I haven't heard of
Ford,
that. A Ford.
Ford, Ford. Yes,
Okay.
Ford. We call it Ford car.
A Ford
Ford
car.
car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ford cars. Okay. Yeah, I
No,
have.
Ford. Sorry, teacher. Ford. I write on the chat.
Okay. Let's write it.
Ford is a small car. Ford car. We call it this Ford car.
Ford car. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Interesting. I wonder what it would be in the U.S. Huh? Because
There isn't in US this kind of car, teacher.
oh well, Ford, yeah, because Ford is an American-made car. But like I drive a Ford Fusion, and before that I drove a Ford Taurus. So I don't know what the
Ah,
Ford Ka is.
I know Ford Fusion. I
Mm-hmm.
see this car in Italy, Ford Fusion.
Yeah, that's the kind of car I drive right now. I bought it. I guess it was about a year ago. Just a little bit. About a year ago, I learned that my Ford Taurus blew a head gasket,
Ah, okay, okay.
and it was too expensive to. It wasn't worth it to fix it, and so I traded it in for this Ford Fusion. So and
Okay.
the Ford Taurus was like a 1998. It was really old, or 99.
Ah,
So,
I like the old car, teacher.
do
I
you like the
like it.
older? Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Well, in some respects, they're easier to maintain because the problem with the new cars is if they break down, then you have to fix the computer, and
Yes,
the
you're
old
right.
cars are different. Um, so anyway, Max, welcome back. So,
Hello,
uh,
hello again.
hi. So, question for you, Max. Um, do you have a car, and how often do you drive, and what kind of car do you have?
Yeah, yes, of course I have,
Uh huh.
and I have some kind of old car. It's like Toyota Corolla.
A Toyota Corolla. Okay.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah.
But
I,
I love this car. It's really very cheap for maintenance, and
mhm.
usually I I do it myself.
Mhm. Well,
Yeah, I love it.
like Salvatore and I were just saying that older cars in many respects are easier to maintain. Because they you don't have to worry about the computer or anything like that. So hello Alexander, how are you this morning?
Hello, fine. Thank you. Very good. How are you?
Very, very good. So yeah, it's 11 p.m. here, and you would think that I'd be going to bed at an hour, but after this class I'm going shopping. So
Shopping.
Yeah.
Online or
What
Uh,
kind of show?
isn't that funny? My niece, she's 6 years old, and a theater troupe came into town and announced last week announced auditions for a play that they're doing, and they needed kids to be part of the production. And she is going to be doing a show with the 30 other kids. Um, it's called a Frozen review. So all the songs from the movie Frozen. And so my sister and I decided that she needed a new dress for her first performance. so we're gonna go shopping for a little dress for her. And tomorrow is her dress rehearsal. And they did the auditions on Monday, and they're doing the on Friday they're doing the show. So it's a real quick thing, and so we're gonna go shopping because this is the only time during the day we could find was after my teaching at midnight. So anyway, but
it's too
and
late because my shop working.
yeah, don't you think it's too late? but
Yeah.
but in have you guys heard of Walmart?
Yeah, I've
Ah,
heard.
it's
Uh,
around the clock
yeah,
working.
yeah. Walmart is open 24/7. During the year they close for one 24-hour period, and that's from 5 p.m. on Christmas Eve to 5 p.m. on Christmas Day, and that's the only time they're closed. So somebody has a key to the building, but they never need it. But anyway, so Alexander, do you have a car? And what kind of car do you have, and how often do you drive it?
No, not now. I don't have a car, but
Uh-huh.
I sold it a couple of months ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Okay.
a Russian car. It's very bad car.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
very bad. But it was enough to learn how to drive.
Uh-huh. That's good. That's really important. Question for you. Another question before we go on to uh, the topic. How old are you guys when you learned to drive? So Salvatore, how old were you when you learned to drive?
The age when I learned to drive, teacher.
Yeah.
Okay. In Italy, you can get the drive license when you turn the 18 age, and
Mm-hmm.
I made the school drive, and then I took the drive license.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you uh, um, you got your license when you turned 18.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, so you can either say when you turn 18 or when you turn the age of 18 or 18 years old. Any of those.
Yes. Okay. When you
Okay.
turn the age of 18. Okay.
I
Thank
would
you.
yeah, the most common one I would say is without saying just saying the first one when you turn 18. So, hello Cornell, how are you?
Hi, Holly, and hi, everyone. I'm okay, more or less.
Yeah?
I am a bit tired, but
Yeah.
everything is okay.
Are you off of your high now? Because yesterday you were so excited.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah. Okay. So it's
yes,
you're
yes, of
back
course.
down to earth now.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and I have to go to capital of Hungary tomorrow for healthcare checking. It is a general healthcare check
uh-huh.
and packaging, composition package consists of it.
Uh-huh. Okay. So
Yeah.
Salvatore, did you hear the news about Cornell?
I want to say to Cornell that yesterday Inter lost again. My team lost again.
Oh, really?
Yes, because
That's right.
my team played with Naples and
Yeah.
we lost
Oh,
again.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
With a lately goal.
That's right,
Yes.
because you guys are always talking soccer.
Yeah,
So,
of course. Yeah, and Salvatore, I have a good news. I managed to find a job, and I will have to leave the Verbling from Monday.
yeah. So he's just a few more
Okay.
days. So
Yeah.
you guys need to exchange emails so you can still do the whatever the uh, you're still right about soccer and,
Yeah.
and practice English. So anyway, yeah. So Cornell, question for you. I've asked everybody. First of all, do you have a car? And how, if you do, how often do you drive? And this
Yes, of course.
just out of curiosity, what kind of car do you drive? So,
Yeah, yes, of course. No, we have a Hungarian car. It is Suzuki, but we
uh-huh.
will change it to Ford Focus.
Ah, okay. So
Yes, and I have been commuter since 2002,
mhm.
canceling between my location and my previous workplace.
Mhm. And is it Suzuki's are Hungarian cars?
Yeah, it is made in Hungary. There is a huge plant for Suzuki in Hungary.
Really? I
Yeah.
I was under the impression, I guess mistaken impression, that the Suzuki cars were Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese, but there are many automotive manufacturer company in Hungary,
Oh,
like Audi,
uh-huh.
uh, Mercedes, Suzuki, and according to government plan, uh, BMW is planning to set up a new plant in Hungary in the future.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so it's kind of like a Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It is surprising, but for example, if someone buy a Audi, it might be uh, made in Hungary.
Okay. Okay.
It depends on a type of car.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right.
Teacher,
Alex,
teacher, sorry,
yes.
sorry.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Uh, in US, do you have in US Fiat car? In
Yes.
US? Yes,
I think
really?
we have a Fiat. But see, keep in mind though, since I lived in Europe for over a decade, I might be confused. I know that we do not have the Suzukis, but Fiat, I think we do. Um, but I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure we do. Um, and then there's a French car that we also don't have. There's several cars that we don't have. So, but the Fiat, yes.
Okay, I didn't know. I think
Yeah.
that only in Europe or maybe in Asia
Uh-huh.
uh,
Yeah.
they have a Fiat car, but I didn't know that also in the US
Yeah.
there is a Fiat.
I'll check that, and if I remember, if I'm wrong, and I remember, I'll tell you next time we're in class together. But I'm thinking that we do. But there are definitely brands of cars that we have here that you guys don't have, and vice versa. So,
Okay.
all right, Alexander, how old were you when you learned to drive?
I was 28 because before that I thought I didn't like
Mm-hmm.
to drive, but then I decided to just uh, um, I decided to learn because
Mm-hmm.
it might help in future. But
Mm-hmm.
and it turned out that I very like to drive.
You like it?
Yes,
Yeah.
I very like to drive.
Yeah. I that sounds like me, only I got my license at 24, which is much later than most Americans, because most Americans have their license at 16. But then when I was 25, I moved abroad, and I stayed away until I was 40. So I actually didn't start driving until I was in my 40s. And I realized, gee, I like driving. So very similar. Max, how about you? How old were you when you got your driver's license?
I also was 24 years old when I got
Uh-huh.
my license. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Is it normal in Russia to wait later until you're in your mid-20s after university?
I think it
No.
depends on person.
Okay.
Some people got it when they turn
18.
18. Yeah, some much later. For
Mhm.
example, my wife uh, recently got license.
Mm.
Yeah, and now she's 30 years old.
Okay. All right. And Cornell, how about you? How old were you when you got your license?
Ooh, it is a good question. It is quite old. When I obtained when I was 20. Yes, I think approximately. I don't know the punctual date. So it is more than 15 years old.
Okay. So, yeah, so when you were 20 is when you got it. And now in Hungary, do you get your license at 18 as well?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So you were a little bit later than uh, than people. And also, is it like other countries in Europe where some people get their license at 18, but most get it later on in life? Or do you know?
Sorry, what was the question?
Is in Hungary, is it just like the other countries in Europe? It seems like in Europe, some people get their license at 18, but most people get their license later.
Mm. It depends on many factors because driver license B for normal car it is getting expensive and expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on funds as well. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but it is crucial to have a driving license B. So everybody would like to obtain it as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Okay, Ken, how are you again? Welcome back.
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Very good. Very good. So, question for you. I've just been asking some questions about driving before we get into these idioms. Do you have a car and do you drive? And
Yeah.
what kind of car do you drive and how often?
Uh, Nissan Note,
Nissan.
economic car.
Nissan Note. I've never heard of that.
I
Okay.
don't know, maybe it's a Japanese only brand.
It
Kind
might
of
be.
economic car,
Uh-huh.
compact car. Yeah.
Cool. Uh-huh. All right. And how often do you drive it?
Every day.
Every day. Okay. And how old were you when you got your license?
And not so 26 maybe.
Uh-huh. But so
Yeah.
later than
Later, yeah, than usual,
okay.
probably.
So it's of all of us, Salvatore was the only person that got his license as soon as he could. So all the rest of us were much later. So I'm in that respect, I am not an American. I'm more European, I guess. So we're more international. So, all right. So are you guys good drivers? Yeah, Cornell, would you consider yourself a good driver?
Yes, yes, I am. Uh, 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 I don't drive fast,
Mm-hmm.
but when I am rush somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
I become faster driver than as usual, but yeah, but there are some crazy driver in Hungary, so yeah. like Italy, as far as I
Okay.
know.
Okay. So you'd say when I'm in a hurry. When I'm in a hurry. Okay. So, okay, are you a good driver?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. And Salvatore, are you a good driver?
I think so. When I drive, I try to drive careful, and I go with my car slowly because I don't like to go fast with my car.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. And Alexander, are you a good driver? You said you like to drive. Are you good?
Yeah, yes, I think I am, and I've proved it myself.
Hmm. Awesome. All right. And Max, are you a good driver?
I think no one said you say you that he's
They're a bad driver. I know.
terrible driver. I don't
I
know.
thought about that.
I think I'm okay. I've never been in the crash.
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
don't know.
You know, it's funny
And
'cause
yeah, and my wife and my children, I think they feel safety when
okay.
they drive with me, I think.
Yeah, I thought about that everybody's going to say, of course I'm a good driver. And I thought about asking everybody, does your wife think she think you're a good driver? Or will your mom drive with you?
My
That
wife got license, but he's never drive.
She's not driving. Okay. I
Yes.
was like that. I've had my license since I was 24, but I was technically a non-driver until um I let my license go when I was about 36, and then when I came back to the States, I got my license again right before I turned 41, and I was a non-driver during all that time. And thankfully, I had my license at 24 because my insurance was much cheaper. So
It's
if I
very
would have been,
it's very fun to hear
uh-huh,
from women
uh,
about that woman is a horrible driver. It's
really,
yeah, it's my wife.
what
It's, about her
about herself?
yes.
Yeah, my mom is like she scares me to death. So my sister's a good driver when she's paying attention, but a lot of times she's thinking about her kids and stuff like that. And so anyway, let's match the word to the idiom. What do you think the idiom means? So let's see if we can match these and get into the lesson. Okay, could you read number 1? See if you can match it.
Okay. My mother is such a blank driver. I wish he would be quiet. Backseat driver.
Yes, backseat driver. Okay, so and does anyone know what a backseat driver means?
Yes.
Talk to us.
How can I say? Saying how to drive a lot.
Hmm.
Very
Okay.
annoying.
Yeah. So the person is instructing the driver where to go and what to do and all that kind of stuff, and gets very
Yeah.
nervous. So yeah. Um. So Salvatore, do you have a backseat driver in your life? Any of your family members a backseat driver?
Sorry, Oli, could you repeat what backseat driver means? Because
Yes.
I didn't
I,
hear.
Absolutely. A backseat driver is it's usually a parent when their child is driving, but sometimes it's a husband or wife. When somebody is driving, they are giving them instructions on how to drive. Drive slow, speed up here, turn here, um, overtake that car. They're not driving, but they're telling the driver what to do. So they're called a backseat driver.
Uh,
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, he is or she is a eager beaver.
Yeah, yeah, in a lot of ways, definitely. So, yeah, usually it's normally a nervous parent. So, but anyway, Anyway, Salvatore, do you have any backseat drivers in your life, or are you a backseat driver?
I met a backseat driver from my friendship. For example, when I drive, I remember that there was my friend that he continued to talk, and he said me turn up, turn left, turn right, go fast. And he never shut up.
Okay, so he said me instead of said me, he said to me, or he told me,
He told me.
or um, and the other way with said, you'd have a relative pronoun said that, uh, or told me that. Those are the different ways, but those are the words you can say after those words. So instead of said me, it'd have to be told me. So, all right, Cornell, how about you? Are you a backseat driver, or do you have any family members that are?
It depends. When my wife drives the car, I'm a bit a backseat driver, but
You, uh-huh.
but it is the activity is helpful, not arrogant or eager behavior.
Uh-huh. Okay. So you're trying to be helpful
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. Okay. All right. All right. Let's go to the next one. Max, could you? Yes.
Holly,
Uh-huh.
I have a question.
Yes.
I think we can use this phrase in general, not only about driving. Something like, I don't need any backseat driver in my project.
I personally have not heard that, but I don't see why it wouldn't work.
Okay.
The only time I've ever heard backseat driver is when it comes to actually driving. The first time I heard it was when my 16-year-old brother got his driver's license, and he gave my mom a backseat driver's license. He gave her a little card that said that she had a backseat driver's license.
That's fine.
So I haven't heard it. However, the word driving, like he's driving the project, is used a lot. So backseat driver, you could, I mean, theoretically it would work, but I personally have not heard it that way. So, hello, Jung, welcome.
Hello, long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while, so welcome. So, question for you. Everybody's answered this question. So, do you like no? Do you drive a car, and what kind of car do you drive?
Oh, yeah. For me, I drive a car, and I drive a kind of economy car.
Uh-huh. Okay. So,
Yes.
economy car like a Daewoo or
Matisse. But I think it's they may be different. Yeah.
okay, so it's a complete Korean brand. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And how old were you when you got your license?
The driver license.
Yeah.
Sorry. How
old?
How
Yeah.
old?
Yeah. Did you get it when you were 18, or did you get it when you were 25?
I've got it 5 years ago. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
2010. Yes.
Okay.
2010.
Okay. Excellent. All right. So we are doing some idioms here. And by the way, I asked everybody, and the only person that got their license when he was supposed to was Salvatore. All the rest of us was at least 2 to 3 years later. For me, it was 6 years later. So or 10 years later. So, no, 8 years later. Anyway, let's go on. So my mother is such a backseat driver. I wish she could be quiet. Number 2, Alexander, could you read this one?
Jim plans to start his own company down the road.
Okay, down the road. Have you ever thought about starting your own company, Alexander?
Not yet.
No, never. Has anybody here ever thought about starting your own company? Okay.
No.
Sorry, Harry, may I have a question? What does it mean?
Oh,
Setting up a new company or
oh, sorry.
own company?
Yeah, down the road means in the future. So, in the future. But yeah, and then starting your own company is founding a company or setting up a company.
Or
Yeah,
establishing.
yeah.
Or establishing.
I'm sorry.
Me,
Or establishing. Setting up or
Establishing. Yes.
establishing.
Yes.
Okay, thanks
Setting
so
up
much.
yeah.
means
So,
to control, teacher.
excuse me.
Means to control the company.
To
This
control.
idiom.
Well, no. Down the road is actually means in the future. So, Jim plans to start his own company down the road. It means he plans to establish his own company in the future. When maybe after he has more experience in the field, then he will establish his own company.
It's
Okay.
we use this phrase in simple present. I mean, I uh, I do it down the road, something
I
like that.
Yeah, I will do it
Or
down the road. So it's usually used, for example, since this is an idiom, it doesn't always follow the the grammar rules. Sometimes it does, but say somebody will ask you, okay, this is a common one in some countries. For example, in Korea, I know that because I lived there during the age between the ages of 25 and 30, and maybe it's changed, Joan, but between the ages of 25 and 30, many people will ask you, when will you marry? And is that true, Joan? Is that still the case?
Oh, yes, that's right. But these days, the young people couldn't get the job uh, easily, so there could be very hard question
Okay,
for young people.
it's
Yeah.
okay, so it's later. But yeah, so they'll say, when will you marry? And a Korean could say, well, I'll marry down the road. You know,
Mm.
sometime I'll get married down the road sometime.
Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's another way of saying soon. So you could say in the future or soon. Um, Soon as in sometime in the future, but we don't know when. So, okay. All right. Let's go to number 3. Cornell, can you read that one?
The police might stop if you cross your red light.
No, it's not crazy. Any other?
Recovery or run. I have no any idea.
Okay. Anybody have an idea?
Maybe.
Run. If you run a red light, yes. So if you run a red light, does anybody know what to run a red light means?
To cross when the red light on.
Yeah. Has anybody here ever run a red light on purpose?
Yes, I am at very midnight.
Okay.
I
So
was in a hurry. I have to.
so you can say, yes, I did at midnight, and it wasn't changing, so I just went across.
Yeah,
Okay.
because nobody was there.
Nobody was there. Okay. All right. And I did in a construction site, and I was thinking that it wasn't actually working, and then it was, and so thankfully I didn't get caught. So, all right. Max, could you read number 4?
after 2 weeks in the hospital, Tom is finally on the road to recovery.
To recovery.
I think it's can use this on the road to do something.
Yeah,
No?
Yeah, well, on the road to recovery, that's the actual idiom. That one can be used when anything has gone bad. So, say, for example, the economy in 2008, the economy went sour, right? And so now the economy is on the road to recovery. And here in the U.S., I think it's doing very, very well. But other countries like Spain and Italy are still struggling, but it's on the road to recovery.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think we might have some other idioms though, Max, that on the road too. But I can't think of any right now. So, all right, and good question though. Number
I'm
5.
I'm
Yes.
on the road to improve my English.
Yes. I'm on the road to improve my English would work perfect. So, yeah. All right. Um, Salvatore, could you read number 5?
That dripping faucet is driving me crazy. I wish someone would fix it.
Yes, I wish someone would fix it. So, and a lot of things can drive you crazy. So, a dripping faucet can drive you crazy. Okay, what drives you crazy?
Kind of, as you said, how can I say, if someone follow my car very closely.
Yes.
Yeah, but I try to keep me calm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and yeah, because it's safety first.
Hmm.
So I don't get crazy. I don't irritate. I just keep my pace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I start having bad language. It's not very good. So
Uh,
Alexander, yes,
Sorry,
Salvatore,
Ali. What is
yes.
a dripping faucet?
A dripping faucet. Let me show you on Google Images. That'll make more sense. Bear with me a moment. Um, so a dripping faucet is when water comes out of the faucet, and it's just a noise. So this is a faucet right here. So dripping is when the water comes out and it goes drip, drip,
Mhm.
boing, 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 boing. And people who are very sensitive to hearing will hear that and it will drive them crazy. So good question, Salvatore. So Alexander, what drives you crazy?
One of my friend, because he's a backseat driver.
Okay. Yeah, so
I'm gonna kill him someday.
hopefully he watches this and knows who he is so that he knows to keep his mouth shut. So
You can't. You say him shut up, and he's yeah, okay, sorry, and I think maybe in 3 minutes it starts again.
okay.
It's nothing help.
Wow. And Cornell, how about you? What drives you crazy?
Sorry, I'm here, but my son is on my lap
Oh, okay.
and he's organizing everything around me. So
How funny.
I must take care of him. But regarding the question, uh, uh, about crazy behavior during driving a car. For example, or she is Harry somewhere and doesn't take care of another driver and background and the environment around the car,
Okay, so
for example.
when somebody who is in such a hurry, they are
Yeah,
not thinking about anything else except for where they need to be, so they don't. They're not being careful, and they're not noticing the other
yeah.
drivers. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
And the
Hmm.
style of their the drive is very arrogant.
Yeah. I hate it when they go too really fast and go around you, and it's like, really? I'm going 5 miles over the speed limit anyway. So, Max, how about you? What drives you crazy?
A lot of things.
Uh,
Bad connection, lies on the TV. I
huh.
don't know. A lot
Yeah.
of. Our government is
Okay.
driving me crazy.
All of that stuff can drive you crazy. Cool. Excellent. I'm sorry that it drives you crazy, but at least you, yeah. Salvatore, how about you? What drives you crazy?
Uh, I'm driving crazy when I am at work and there is some customer that start to shout for
Okay.
nothing.
Okay. So instead of saying I'm driving crazy, what you'd say on that one, you would say abusive customers drive me crazy.
Drive me crazy.
Oh, and I think everybody who works in retail like you do would completely agree. So, yeah, and any kind of customer service actually would say, yeah, that's makes sense. So, Jong, how about you? What drives you crazy?
For me, at rush hours, the congest area
Hmm.
drive me crazy. Yeah.
Traffic jams. Yeah. I just saw an article today on Facebook and I was actually really surprised. It was about the top, let's see if I can find it actually, the top 10 worst countries for traffic jams. And then in the article, it talked about the top, not top 10 worst countries, top 10 worst cities in the world. And then in the article, it talked about the top 10 best cities in the world for traffic. And I was really surprised because the city that I lived in for 11 years in Finland was actually on that list as number one. It's the top traffic city in the world. And it was like, oh, no wonder I haven't had traffic jams or anything like that. So let me see if I can find this article. Bear with me a moment. But anyway, traffic jams is drives you crazy. Um, yeah, I had to see. Looks like Jakarta is the worst, and Tampere, Finland is the best. Let's see if this is. Oh, it's a very long link. That talks about the worst the ranking of cities with the most stop starts. Um, anyway, I thought you guys might find that interesting. But Tampere, Finland was number one. I was like, wow. So,
It's
all right. Yes.
Ole, it's possible to say something like you will be fired if you run a red light.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You will be fired if you run a red light. I mean, but of course that would be depending on the job. But you will be fired if you do this. So, for running a red light, yeah. Yeah. So, number one, to not stop at a traffic signal. What idiom is that? Anyone?
Run a red light.
Yeah, to run a red light. What idiom is it to irritate someone?
A backseat driver.
Nope, it's another one.
Drive crazy.
To drive crazy. Okay, in the future would be
Down the road.
down the road, yes. Getting better,
On the road
Road
to
to recovery.
the road to recovery. And then someone who gives unwanted advice about how to drive.
Backseat driver.
Backseat
That's
driver.
backseat driver. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. 11:46. Let's rewrite the sentences using an idiom from the list above. So number 1, Joan, can you do that one?
Oh, okay. Right, the sentences. Okay. Although the economy has been recession for several years, it's finally improving. It's finally on the road to recovery.
Yes, on the road to recovery. Okay. And number 2, okay, could you do that one?
I probably get married at some point in the future, but I don't have any plans at the moment. Down the road?
Hmm? And where would it be? I'll probably get married down the road.
Maybe. Yeah, down the road.
Yeah. I'll probably get married down the road, but I don't have any plans at the moment. Good. Okay. Number 3, Alexander.
My father is a backseat driver. He doesn't trust me on the road.
Yeah. Okay. And Cornell, number 4.
Yes, Tom caused an accident by not stopping when the traffic signal was red. Tom caused an accident to run a red light.
Okay. He stopped an accident. You could still use the word by running a red light. Yeah.
By running a red light.
Yeah. Okay. And then Max, number 5.
My brother is nearly 2 meters tall. People often comment, and it makes him a bit angry. Okay. My brother is nearly 2 meters tall. People often comment it, and it runs him crazy.
It drives him crazy. Yes.
Drives or runs.
Yeah. It drives him crazy. Perfect. All right. All right. Discussion. So some of these questions I've already asked. That's why I kind of stopped asking some of these. So okay, have you ever run a red light? Well, we've already talked about this one. So okay, next question. What do you plan to do down the road?
Down the road, I will have dinner in the evening.
Okay. So that's very close down the road. So okay, because this down the road usually is further than that, but I'll take that answer. So, Alexandra, how about you? So what do you plan to do down the road? 6 months, a year, 2 years?
2 years, maybe. I think I'm planning to make a family and children.
Okay. Instead of make, we would use start a family.
Oh, okay. Start a family.
Yeah.
I would say make a baby. Make a children.
Yeah, you can say make a baby. But usually with a family, we'd say start a family and make a baby. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Cornell, how about you? What do you plan to do down the road? Okay, I think baby duty's calling him. We'll skip him. So Matt.
Sorry, I am here, but
okay.
I didn't hear you because of my baby. So what was the question?
So what do you plan to do down the road?
Firstly, implementation into the new job. It is crucial, and in my point of view, it could be very difficult to go work and commuting between my location and the work because I haven't got any job since last November.
So it's been a year for you.
Yeah, it is my plan in the future.
Okay. All right. And Max, how about you? What do you plan to do down the road?
I'm gonna to complete one of my projects.
Okay, awesome. Complete a project.
Yeah.
And how long have you been working on the project?
Not so long, but time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a that's a good one, good answer, because I have a project that I keep putting it off, and I've been planning it for like 4 years now. So I keep saying okay. So I'm like, okay, December 31 was the deadline. Then I moved it to January 31. Now I've moved it to February 28. So hopefully I can get it done. So, Salvatore, how about you? What do you plan to do down the road?
I plan down the road change my computer, and I'll buy a new one because my computer is very old.
Okay, all right. And so get advice from people who are in computers. So, yeah, good ones that will work really good with Google Hangouts. That's important. So,
Yes.
and Jong, how about you? What do you plan to do down the road?
Down the road, I will get into the graduate school.
You will get into what?
Graduate
school. Yes.
school. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's right. Are you planning to get into graduate school? Are you the person that's going to Texas?
Oh yes. Well,
Okay,
yes.
possibly Texas. Yeah. Okay. 'Cause I think there was one class that you were in there. There were like 3 or 4 people all planning having the same plans. Do you remember that? A couple months ago. So, all right. Next one. Do you know anyone who is on the road to recovery after an illness? Does anybody want to answer that question? Any volunteers?
Maybe after I try, teacher.
Okay.
After his illness, Liam Armstrong, he was recovery after an illness.
Okay. And he was in recovery after the illness, and so he was on the road to excuse me, was on the road to recovery after the illness. Okay. Right. Let's go on. We've got some questions here. We've got about 3 or 4 minutes. So we've got some more questions. Questions for you. Let's talk about this one. What are the advantages and disadvantages of owning a car? So what do you think? Okay.
Advantage is, I can move anywhere anytime I want. And disadvantage is the cost, and cost a lot actually.
Yeah, and maintaining it.
Yeah, maintaining and insurance too, and taking risk of accident also the disadvantages.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. All right. And Joan, which do you like best, a standard or automatic shift car?
Oh, I like the automatic shift car. This means yeah.
Yeah,
So,
the automatic means
automatic.
yeah, automatic means you do nothing. You don't move the shifts at all. The car does it for you. So.
Oh yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite as
yeah.
well. Much easier to drive. So.
Yes, right.
Cornell, have you ever driven a car in a foreign country? If yes, which side of the road did they drive on? Were the road sides different? If not, how did you get around when you travel?
Regarding first question, yes, I have. I drove a car in Austria and Slovakia.
Mm-hmm.
And which side of the road did they drive on? Right side.
Okay, yeah, same side.
Yeah, on the right side. But we were in Belfast, North Island, to visit my friend who works for who works in Belfast, and I was stunned uh, at recognizing driving on the left side. So I am totally stunned due to it. And the third question: were the road signs different? Signs. What does the sentence mean?
Roadsides. Let me show you. The signs on the road that tell you like to stop or start or merge left, merge right, things like that.
So no, they weren't. So it was the same as in Hungary and in Slovakia and Austria. So there was no significant difference among the foreign countries' signs.
Okay. All right. All right. And Alexander, have you ever been in a car accident?
Yes, it was one time because my brakes stopped working. It was a mistake of the man who repaired them before. But hopefully, I have a very good reaction, and I can avoid to hit a bus and a very expensive car.
Yeah. So it's hopefully I was able. You would say, because the past tense, you would say I was able. I was able to avoid hitting a bus and an expensive car. Let's see. Okay. All right. And Salvatore, do you know anything about repairing or maintaining a car? Or do you just have somebody else take care of that for you?
Do you know anything about repairing or maintaining a car? Yes, I know something about that you have to control your car every year because you have to control the oil and the other parts of the car and you have to be secure if is everything okay.
Okay, excellent. Right, it looks like we are out of time. So I do want to thank you all for coming to class, and I appreciate your participation. And everyone have a wonderful day. I'm heading shopping, so midnight shopping. So have a great day, everyone.
Yeah. You too.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.